The head compartment on this boat is located within the console. The console door is actuated over to the port side to gain access to the head compartment. To open it, you simply press the rocker switch with a quick press, release it, and the door will open by itself. The opposite is true to close it. Press the top of the switch and the door closes itself. In case there's ever a power failure on the electric actuator that opens this door, we've provided a pull pin that will allow you to remove the pin and open the door manually. To access this pin, you'll lift the base cushion on the front of the console, remove the access plate that's on the port side, and then pull the pin that's noticeable inside the hole that you just opened. At that point, you'll be able to slide the door open manually. To open the door from the inside of the head compartment manually, you'll open the door that's forward of the toilet, remove the small access plate at the top, and then there's a pull pin located inside this compartment that will allow you to pull the pin and open the door manually. The head compartment on the 427 Nomad FE is laid out very nicely. As you walk in and descend the steps, on the starboard side you'll see a switch for the overhead light. There's a door lock that allows you to disengage the circuitry on the electrically actuated door if you don't want someone to come in while you're using the head. There's also a button that allows you to open and close the door from the inside. On the starboard side, there's a good-sized storage area that has 3 shelves. Great place for towels, dry goods that you want to keep inside the boat. On the aft bulkhead, we have a large-sized medicine cabinet with a mirror on the outside. You'll open it and see a couple of shelves. This is also an area that opens and gives you access to the electrics for the boat. Beneath the mirror on the aft bulkhead in the head compartment, there's a hot and cold faucet that feeds into the sink that's on the countertop. On the port side of that is the shower control valve. There's more storage underneath the sink, and there's also a toilet paper holder on the inside of that door. On the after bulkhead of the head compartment, there's a shower wand that allows for hot and cold water to be diverted through the mixing valve that's on the countertop next to the sink. You'll be able to remove the shower wand from the clamp that holds it to the mechanism and shower yourself and then replace it when finished. The steps that go down into the head compartment lift up and give you access to various pieces of equipment and machinery that are in this compartment. As you open the steps, you'll see that the holding tank is just forward of the opening. On the port side, there's a hot water heater. On the aft bulkhead, you'll see a whale gulper toilet pump. That's used to empty the holding tank at sea. Above that, there's a whale universal freshwater pump. That allows for the freshwater system to be energized with water that comes from the tank that's located in the forward sections of the boat. There's a whale gulper grouper macerator pump that evacuates water from the deck box that's forward of the console. There are 2 through hulls in this area. One is the discharge for the grouper macerator pump that empties the forward box, and the other one is the larger one on the starboard side that allows for the macerator to pump water and waste through the bottom, or to evacuate the toilet if you decide to discharge over the side while in international waters. Be sure to open that large valve if you are discharging water either through the macerator or through the toilet. Under the steps going down into the head compartment, there's also a push-button switch that operates the macerator pump for the waste system. Be sure that the discharge valve that goes through the bottom of the boat is open before using the macerator for the holding tank. Just in front of the toilet is the diverter valve for the toilet. This allows you to select whether or not you would like to go overboard with the discharge of waste or into the holding tank. You'll want to use your holding tank setting while you're in U.S. waters, and international waters sometimes allow for discharge of waste over the side. The floor of the head compartment has a teak grate which allows the shower to have a sump that drains into a sump box that's underneath in the bilge compartment. After that, in that same bilge compartment, is the automatic float switch for the bilge pump that's located just behind the float switch. The toilet flush control that's located just behind the toilet itself in the head compartment has 4 buttons on it. One is the water saver mode. That makes for a quick flush. Next to that is the normal flush. That allows you to have the normal amount of water in the toilet as you use it. Then there's a water only, which allows for you to add water into the toilet if it's dry. And next to that is empty only. I always like to use the empty only feature when you're in rough seas so there's no splashing around in the head compartment. There's also a holding tank full telltale on the bottom of the toilet flush control. You'll see a small light illuminate there if the tank becomes full. Under the sink, we've installed a gauge that gives you the different levels of the holding tank. There's low, high, and full.